Hey, Aaron. I gotta see if I still remember how to do this. I don't know why you enjoy laying on that. Hey, Joe. Hey, Fern. Everybody's doing good. Other than Copper, who's got his claw embedded in the leg of my pants. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Aurora. Hey, Donna. Someone has scratched Copper on the side of his head, which is not a surprise. What I am surprised about is that he's still happy-go-lucky after he got some flea medicine. Yeah, it's been hectic. Sort of my fault in that I'm not a plumber and that I broke something and had to get it repaired, and the repairs are continuing because they had to cut a hole in the wall to fix what I broke, and the patching of the hole is a multi-step process because they had to basically patch it, let that dry, then sand it, put some more drywall compound on it, then let that dry, and then they'll sand it. And we have textured walls, so he's got to come back and put the texture on it one day next week. But the hole is patched, so all is good there. It's just aesthetics at this point. We also had a visitor earlier in the week. I guess it was Tuesday. Someone came to meet Victoria, but she has opted not to adopt Victoria. I had to be honest with her about Victoria's tendencies to very much dislike being left alone in a room, and she only wanted one cat. So it just was not gonna work. I mean, it might have worked, but there would have been an adjustment period where Victoria Victoria would not have been happy. Hey, Lynette. But I told her in the email before she came to visit Victoria that I really wanted Victoria and Copper to go together, but I wouldn't require it. And she said, well, I only want one cat. And then when she came to meet Victoria, I was like, well, just so you know, our experience with Victoria is that if she is put in a room by herself, or if she's out here, even out here by herself, which I learned Monday evening, I guess it was. I started feeding Stumpy in that room all the time. And Monday afternoon, Clara decided she wanted to eat in there too, so I was nice and let her in there. So Victoria ate out here by herself, and then as soon as she was done, she realized she was alone, and she started crying and carrying on again, so. But alas, she's still here. One of the main reasons for doing the close-up, well, there's two main reasons. One, I haven't done one in a while, and I need to do them more often. But another reason that I'm doing one tonight is because there is an adoption event at PetSmart this weekend. And I want to take Copper and Victoria together. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm going to try to take Copper. I won't have a problem with her. But the last time I tried to take Copper, it didn't go very well, trying to get him in a carrier. So I'm going to come motivated and with a big towel to wrap him up in if I have to tomorrow. They've gotten their flea treatment tonight, and they'll be in a cage together tomorrow while I'm there. Undecided as to whether I will leave them overnight if they aren't adopted Saturday, because I mean the adoption event is both days. It may be the easiest thing if I get Copper there, because it probably wouldn't be difficult to get him back into a carrier at PetSmart to come back here. But then Sunday, getting him back in the carrier to go to PetSmart again would probably be next to impossible. Me too. Copper, hey, what happened to you have a kicker, stop. You have a kicker over there, and it is not my hand. Hey, Mr. Krabs. But, is anybody else lagging? As much as I want them to go together, I might be willing to let her go if there's another cat in the house that she can be friends with, because she'll get along with any cats. She's sweet enough. I mean, she likes everybody. Well, I don't know why it's choppy. I know with my old phone, I could pretty much tell when it was laggy and choppy, but I'm not seeing that on my screen. Definitely needs a friend. And hopefully it's Copper. But, I mean, I've said before that Copper does not need to go where there are small children or elderly people. Small children because he can be a little rough sometimes. Elderly people because he will, well, for the same reason that he can be rough, and two, he likes to get up under your feet sometimes, and I don't want him to make anybody fall. Oh, I'm sorry, Copper. Can I pull you a little closer? Or you're just gonna walk away? Okay. I really should have. I've cleaned the litter boxes and I should have tied that bag up. It stinks, but I haven't yet. So yeah, I'm gonna get here tomorrow morning and get everybody fed, and I won't have to do the flea treatment in the morning. He is very playful. He doesn't recognize how big he is. And how strong he is. And I know this is a different environment than it would be in a home with, just him and her. It's a little bit more of a competitive environment, so he very well may calm right down in somebody's house if it were just the two of them. But I feel like Copper needs to be adopted with a warning label that, says he can be a little rough. He will get under your feet. He can be a real jerk when he wants food. He will walk across your keyboard and knock things off your desk. But I think that's just being a cat. It's no worse, no better really. It still waters from time to time, but not all the time. Hey, cat lover. And Clara is doing very much better, very much so better. Much better. Let's take the very out of it. If I can learn to talk. Hair's growing back on her ears. She scratches less. She eats more. I don't know if whatever was going on had affected her appetite, but she's definitely eating much better than she was. She would just kind of pick at the dry food in the mornings, but now she wants to finish all her food. I need to get some measuring scoops so I can start measuring out their food every day and have a basic idea of their food intake. I don't want her to turn into a football again. Copper could stand to trim down a bit himself. I haven't seen her do that in quite a while, but I can just tell she feels better now. She still hates those drops that I have to put in her ear, but she's tolerated it quite well. She just kind of runs, well, she avoids me. She doesn't run away from me. No, they're just playing. And Stumpy, since I've been, and I think I've mentioned this before, but since I've been feeding her in this room, I'll go in with her. She's a little slow to eat, well, much slower than the rest of them, for sure. Sometimes she refuses to finish her dry food until I go in there to sit with her. And she's been letting me pick her up and put her in my lap. Well, am I gonna have to try my old trick and reset the app? Hang on just a second, guys. I'm gonna reset this. Hopefully this will work like it used to. If not, I'll start a new stream, but there should be no reason it's being choppy. I don't know why it's doing that, so hang on one second and I'll be right back. All right. Maybe it's fixed, maybe it's not. But as I was saying, I can pick her up and set her in my lap now. She seems to enjoy that. I've not tried it much out here. Like I was saying with Copper, it's kind of a competitive environment out here, so they're never completely comfortable. They're always watching out of the corner of their eye to make sure nobody's gonna pounce on them. But Stumpy has always been super sweet, just not real sure I've had a lap cat or accept a lot of attention. So is the video better since I've reset, or is it still the same? Well, I don't know what else to do. I'm literally right underneath the router. Where are you going? I think Claire wants to play too, Stumpy. There you go. Both you guys can have it. Stumpy's not interested unless she's the only one that has it, I guess. You're not making me feel any better about it. You know, I get very OCD about these things. I tell you what I can do. Hold on one second. I'm gonna set this down for a minute. No idea if that's gonna improve anything or not, but we'll see. Come here. No. Victoria's over there behind the scratching post. Yeah, that whole litter was all, well, maybe not Ozzy and Devin as much, but definitely Taz and, well, Link, sorry. Link, Allie, and Victoria were all very soft. Link not as much as Allie and Victoria, of course, but well, come on, Victoria. You're kind of supposed to be the co-star of this show. Donna, I had every intention of going to see Sheldon today. I took him some wet food earlier this week, Monday, I guess it was. And there was no real update then. But I wanted to go see him today. And then it got to be close to lunchtime. And then I got the call from the repair guy saying he could come back by the house to put the second coat of stuff on the drywall. So I had to leave right around lunchtime and go home to let him in to do that, so I didn't get a chance to go. I'm sure I'll hear something tomorrow. And we're doing the adoption event, and I know Laura's probably been by there and gotten updates and all of that. I'm hopeful that he's continued to progress. He was letting the vet techs pet him and all that. We've just got to figure out the next step. I really hate for him to ever have to go back outside again, but he has to be a little more accepting of people before we can adopt him, really. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was almost back to normal levels on that. When I talked to the vet, they said that he was infested with fleas, apparently, when I got him trapped. So that was causing the anemia. Oh, we do have that. Is the stream still going, or did I error out? I don't know what Melanie meant when an error occurred. Okay. Barn cats are an option. The thing is, he's FIV, so I don't know. I mean, it's probably not going to be an issue, but some people might be reluctant to let him come live in their barn if they have other barn cats, since he's FIV. Shouldn't matter unless they fight, but I don't think Sheldon's a fighter. Could be wrong. I really, really, really hope that he will tame up and can be adopted. Oh, he still has all of his teeth, Fern. They didn't have to pull anything yet. I know his teeth looked like they definitely needed to be cleaned when I first saw him. So we may have to pursue that. But as of now, the ulcers in his mouth had healed up and everything, and the vet said he didn't see any real need to do any tooth extraction yet. I know that the ladies at the gas station are willing to help find him a home, but I don't want to just hand him off to anybody that has no experience with dealing with a cat that's, not super personable yet. I mean, it's going to take somebody that's got time to sit with him and that are willing to spend a lot of time with him to build some trust. And I don't know if the ultimate option is to, or the best option is to adopt him to somebody like that where he can stay with them, or let a foster do that, because I'm afraid if he's fostered, he's just going to get used to that person, but he's still not going to trust anybody else. I don't know. I mean, it's complicated, but I couldn't leave him out there where he was. There's just no way. I mean, it sucks to say it, but he would have been better off being put to sleep than staying where he was. I'm glad that wasn't what we had to do, though. I did not say the numbers. He was at a 10, which is severely anemic when he was first brought in. I think, what did I say? He was at 30 something. $23, okay. So I think 30 to 40 is what was supposed to be normal. I was gonna ask the same thing, Connie. I thought it was 28 point something. I don't know. I can't remember anything anymore. I think I'm getting old and senile like my dog. Yeah, Stella, they were doing the packed cell count. I don't know if those numbers differ from the hematocrit or if they're the same, or I don't know. I didn't go to vet school, so I don't guess I'm supposed to know these things. Hey, Lily. Hey, Lily. Clara. Hey, buddy. See, Copper likes to grab your hands and lick, and sometimes give you love bites, and it worries me that he's going to do that to somebody. It's not as bad when his claws are trimmed, but you have to keep his claws trimmed or it really hurts. But yeah, Copper is a cat person's cat. I need somebody that loves cats and understands how they work, that wants to adopt him. Victoria, why are you being antisocial? Says, I'll come to you, even though I'm already half a foot away. Yeah, Copper, when Victoria had her visitor Monday, he did what Copper does when anybody walks in. He immediately greets them. And I found that when he latches on to you, the best thing to do is just kind of go with him. Don't try to pull away from him, because that's when he wants to grab onto you more. See, as soon as I just kind of lay my hand on him, he doesn't grab on. But when I try to pull away, that's when he latches on. Somebody scratched you good, didn't they? You probably deserved it. I was trying to let Stumpy play. Well, either Clara is around the corner or there's a ghost in here. I don't know which. But there's something going on over that way. It's Clara. No, it's Lily. Never mind. I didn't know she had gone that way. Why are you being so antisocial over here? I hope that cats retain stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm sure there's been studies on their memory retention and all of that, but come here. Come here. Victoria. I know you're there. I've been petting you for a while. Another thing that Copper needs to work on, and I think I've mentioned it before, needs to learn to cover his poop up in the box. I don't know why he refuses to do that. Well, he doesn't refuse. He doesn't know how, apparently. He tries, but he just claws at the edges of the litter box rather than clawing at the litter. Come on. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about your bad manners. But that's the dilemma, you know. You don't want to say too many things about Copper that is going to deter somebody from wanting to adopt him, but you don't want to not say anything about all of his quirks and then let them be surprised by it. So, I mean, what do you do? Yeah, but we're also crazy cat people and tolerate a lot more than some folks would. Hence having 10 cats. That's crazy town for some people. And that's not to say there's no other crazy cat people where we live, because there are, but the unfortunate thing is they probably already have a ton of cats and they're not looking to adopt another one. Excuse me. Well, Copper, Victoria's trying to get his tail. Oh. Where did you go, Victoria? I've been trying to use this a little more for Copper to get him some exercise. But he averages about 1.5 laps before he says, I'm done running. He didn't even get a full lap in that time. You're gonna turn into us, Connie. Be careful. But maybe your cats will be less dramatic than ours. Guys, it's almost 10 o'clock, about a minute till, and I don't want to be in this neighborhood too late. I'm already weirded out being here this late sometimes, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I can't promise this will be the last time you see these two faces, but in case it is, I wanted to do this. And if anything were to happen tomorrow, I would get pictures and let you guys know. But we're gonna play it by ear. If this goes on for too much longer, we're just gonna have 12 cats, I'm afraid. Right? But anyway, thank you guys. Good to talk to you again. Sorry it's so long in between these, so. It's just how it is right now. Life is chaotic and the house is about to be in disarray for a little while, so it may even be more chaotic, but we'll power through it, so. But I hope you guys all have a good day, good night, and if I don't talk to you all again, a good weekend. And I will keep you all updated tomorrow as things go on through the day. If there's anything to report, I'll let you know on Facebook. So thank you, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.